Hi folks, welcome to our YouTube channel Lifescience Learning and Career. Today our topic is USP General Chapter 1058. So before introducing the slides, as usual, let me introduce myself. My name is RK Singh and I have been working in the life science industry for a couple of years. I have experience in quality control, quality assurance, auditing, right? So let's get started. So before going into USP chapter 1058, few terms we need to understand. Okay, what is called pharmacopoeia and what is called USP pharmacopoeia, and then only we are going to enter into USP chapter. Okay, so if I start directly USP chapter 1058, you will not able to understand what is called USP pharmacopoeia, that everything. So before that, there is a few terms are there that we need to understand. Okay, so I'm going to present in this slide. What is called a pharmacopoeia? Pharmacopoeia, the name, okay, pharmacopoeia was created from the two Greek words. What is called the Greek word? Pharmakon and pion. Pharmakon and pion. Pharmakon means what? Medicine. Pion means what? P-O-I-E-I-N. Pion means what? To make. That clearly states that pharmacopoeia is nothing but making the medicine, right? That's what it is. In pharmakon means medicine and pion means to make, okay? Pharmacopoeia is nothing but a reference book, okay? That reference book used by the manufacturer. Who are the manufacturer? The company which is producing the drugs, right? They are the manufacturer, okay? They used this pharmacopoeia as a reference book, okay? To find this very specific formula. If they want to find the specific formula, they are using this pharmacopoeia reference book, and also method of preparation and test for wide varieties of drugs and drug ingredients. Pharmacopoeia is nothing but a reference book which is used by the manufacturer to find out what specific formula, the method of preparation, okay, and they are going to, and it also helpful for them what test the wide varieties of drugs and the drug ingredients, okay. It is not only used as a reference book, but also they will pharmacopoeia also give a reference standard drugs, okay, in a small drugs, okay. USP, pharmacopoeia is giving a reference standards, okay, that is helpful, that is used by the manufacturer to test their products and meet their, whether their product meeting the pharmacopoeia specifications or not, okay. So pharmacopoeia is not only a reference book that helps to find out the specific formula, method of preparation and test the wide varieties of drugs in the pharmaceutical industry. It also gives the produce the reference standards, okay, the reference standard in a small and very pure sample drugs, okay, that manufacturer test their product against to verify they meeting the pharmacopoeia specifications or not, okay, that I already mentioned you, right. The pharmacopoeia is nothing but a reference book that gives a specific formula, method of preparation and also test of wide varieties of drugs and drug ingredients, okay. Apart from that, pharmacopoeia, okay, gives a reference standard, okay, reference standard pure drugs, okay, that helps the manufacturer to test their product, whatever the product they have produced in the manufacturing industry, okay, they test with the reference standard and verify that, and they were going to verify that my product is meeting the particular pharmacopoeia specification or not, okay, that is written here. Pharmacopoeia, okay sir, you told about the pharmacopoeia, you told about the pharmacopoeia, what is called pharmacopoeia, and what are the, why manufacturers are using that pharmacopoeia, okay, but who is going to write that pharmacopoeia? Pharmacopoeia is not written by me and you, right, okay, it is written by who? The authority of the government, okay. If a particular country who's having the pharmacopoeia, that country, okay, the authorities, the medical authorities, okay, the pharmaceutical experts who are sitting in the government, they are going to write that pharmacopoeia, publish the pharmacopoeia, okay. That was, it is written here, pharmacopoeia is published by authorities of government or a medical or a pharmaceutical society, okay. It is an published by what, it is published pharmacopoeia in every country having their own pharmacopoeia, right. That pharmacopoeia is not published by a normal person or an a pharmaceutical pharmaceutical leaders, okay. It is published by what, authorities of government, a medical or a pharmaceutical society experts, okay. They are going to develop that pharmacopoeia, publish the pharmacopoeia, Okay, sir, you told about the pharmacopoeia, you told about who is going to publish the pharmacopoeia, but can you just tell me how many pharmacopoeias are there so far? Today actually we have 40 pharmacopoeias around the world. Okay, 40 countries, 40 top countries who are using, they having their own pharmacopoeias. Okay, today we have 40 pharmacopoeias around the world and 60 commissions. Okay, to implement the that pharmacopoeia, there are 60 commissions are there. Okay, to implement that pharmacopoeia around the world, there are 60 commissions are there who are working on the development and maintenance of this pharmacopoeia. Okay, sir, understood? Let's go to next slide. So in the previous slide we seen about the pharmacopoeia, right? So in this slide I am going to talk about one of the oldest pharmacopoeia and one of the important pharmacopoeia around the world, which is called USP. Okay, USP stands for what? United States Pharmacopoeia. Okay, please note down, my dear friends. USP stands for United States Pharmacopoeia. Okay, when it was introduced and what is the history of introducing the US pharmacopoeia, we are going to see in this slide. Okay, so in the late 1800s, medicines are produced without any consistency or without any regulations. Whatever they think, they are just to produce that medicines and they are giving to directly patients, which ultimately that harms the patient, right? So in order to after understanding this situation, the 11 physicians, okay, from the State Medical Society reached the Washington DC, okay, Washington DC Parliament House, to pass a resolution. Okay, they have passed a resolution which is called a reference book. Okay, their first reference book. Okay, we already seen about pharmacopoeia. Okay, it's nothing but an reference book. Okay, the same thing, which is a first reference book of uniform formulation for medicine. Okay, there should be a uniform formulation for medicine across the US. Okay, which is the first US pharmacopoeia introduced. Okay, that's what it is written here. To solve this problem, a group of 11 physicians from the State Medical Society reached the Washington DC to pass a resolution which is a reference book of uniform formulation for medicine, which is the first US pharmacopoeia. Understood? So my dear friends, we seen about the pharmacopoeia, we seen about the US pharmacopoeia history when it was introduced. Okay, okay, so people will ask, sir, you talked about there is a 40 pharmacopoeias are there are 60 commissions are there who are maintaining the taking care of that pharmacopoeia. Okay, can you just tell me the few example what are the pharmacopoeia exist in the world? So I have taken some important pharmacopoeia for you. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, there are many pharmacopoeias. Okay, in the previous slide we talked about that one. Okay, so one of the few important pharmacopoeias are United States Pharmacopoeia, British Pharmacopoeia, European Pharmacopoeia, Japanese Pharmacopoeia, Indian Pharmacopoeia. Yes, India also having their own pharmacopoeia. Okay, Indian Pharmacopoeia and Chinese Pharmacopoeia. Okay, sir. How can you talked about the pharmacopoeia. You talked about the different pharmacopoeias are there. Okay, you talked about the history of USP. Okay, but if I'm going to purchase a tablet, a medicines from the pharmacy, how can I understand? How can I know that this particular tablets manufacturer from the which manufacturer from which reference of the pharmacopoeia? How can I understand? How can I know that my medicines, whatever I'm going to buy, who in it was produced from the which pharmacopoeia? My medicines was made from which pharmacopoeia? So for that I have given some example. Okay, you can see here. Okay, what is written here? USP, right here. So if you buy medicine, or if you buy any kind of medicine from the pharmacy, you just please note down next time if you buy any kind of medicine, you can clearly see that what kind of, which pharmacopoeia has taken the reference for making this medicine. You can clearly find out here. See here, it is written as USP, right? So these medicines pretend made. Okay, this capsule was made from which is made from the which reference book? It's made from the United States Pharmacopoeia. That's what it is written here. Okay, I have taken one example of Indian Pharmacopoeia. See, in downside you can see this tablet which is made from which pharmacopoeia, which is made from the reference taken from the Indian Pharmacopoeia. Here it is written. See here, etrocosic tablet IP 90 mg. Okay, what does it mean by IP? You have seen many medicines which you brought from the pharmacy, and I mean you've gone through this, and many times you will get confused what is called IP and many things. My dear friends, this IP stands for Indian Pharmacopoeia. Okay, whatever the drug you are buying from the pharmacy, okay, from if you note, if you see that IP mentioned in that the medicines box or cotton box or medicine backside, you can, if you find that IP, then definitely this medicines, this made from the I mean taken the reference from the where Indian Pharmacopoeia. This medicines taken from I mean this medicine manufacturer company has taken the which pharmacopoeia reference? Indian Pharmacopoeia. That's what it is written here, IP. Okay, so theoretical point of view is different, practical point of view is different. That's what I talked about. Pharmacopoeia, I talked about USP history, I talked about this list of pharmacopoeias. But in real practical life, how you know that this is the pharmacopoeia from my this tablet I'm going to consume. So before consuming the tablet, you have some idea, right? This for I mean the tablet I'm going to consume, it is made from Indian Pharmacopoeia reference. Okay, this tablet manufacturer has taken the Indian Pharmacopoeia reference. This manufacturer has taken the US Pharmacopoeia reference. Okay, so that's what I have shown you some example. Okay, next time if you go to the pharmacy, if you buy some tablets or an, I mean oral tablets or anything, injections or whatever the things, you just note down, you just go through this term. Okay, what is written here. If it is Indian Pharmacopoeia, it is written they will written as IP. If the medicines from the USP, it is written I mean from the US reference, they have taken the US Pharmacopoeia. So most of the cardiac related drugs which are available in the market, right, heart patients drugs which are available in the Indian market, most of them are USP only. If you want to I mean find the I mean, if you want to know about the terms, you can simply ask the pharmacy person, can you just show me any medicines related to cardiac? You can clearly see that most of the medicines are, I mean, manufactured from the US only. So they have taken the US reference only. So that's what I have shown you some reference. Okay. Let's go to next slide. So from this slide only, our important topic is actually started. So the previous two slides is an basic knowledge about pharmacopoeia and USP pharmacopoeia. If I that's what I talked about the two basic knowledge. I mean the two basic term in the previous slides. If I started this slide at initial stage, it's well, you will get confusion that sir, what sir you talking about USP general chapter? What does it mean? We don't know USP. What is called USP? You are simply started general chapter 1058. We are not able to I mean get what you are trying to say. So for that reason only, I started with the pharmacopoeia, what is called pharmacopoeia, and what are the different pharmacopoeias are there, what is I mean what is called US pharmacopoeia, that I have talked about in the previous slide, so that you will get idea about this term, so that from this slide you can able to understand what I am talking about. Okay, so that's what I talked about the two basic definition in the previous slide. Okay, from this slide only our main topic is going to start. What is USP general chapter 1058? Okay, we already seen about USP in previous slide. Okay, the US pharmacopoeia, United States pharmacopoeia, in that there are many chapters are there, general chapters are there. In that there is one particular chapter we are going to see, that is called the general chapter 1058. Okay, the general chapter 1058 talks about the analytical instrument qualification, AIQ. Okay, so my dear friends, if you are going for an interview as an validation engineer or an compliance engineer or an quality person or an QC person, definitely the interviewer will going to ask you what is called the USP general chapter 1058. Okay, at the time you have to clearly, okay, you have to clearly give the answer what is called the USP general chapter 1058. Okay, so please note down the term and please note down what I am saying. Okay, so USP General Chapter 1058 talks about the Analytical Instrument Qualification, AIQ. Okay, please note on my dear friends, AIQ. What is meant by AIQ? Analytical Instrument Qualification. USP General Chapter 1058. It talks about the Analytical Instrument Qualification. Okay, so what is the definition of that one? Analytical Instrument Qualification, AIQ, is used for the process of ensuring that an instrument is suitable for its intended application. Okay, whatever the instrument in the analytical laboratory, in an quality control or in R&D, which we are using, okay, that instrument is suitable for its intended application. Okay, that's what it is written here. Analytical instrument qualification is used for the process of ensuring that instrument is suitable for its intended application. Okay, that's what it is written here. So I have given one small thing here. Okay, many people are getting confusion. So what is called validation, what is called qualification? One of the interviewer asked me this difference. I don't know, sir, what to give that answer. So please note on, my dear friends, definitely in interview point of view, if you go to any company, the interviewer will definitely ask this question: can you just give me the difference between the validation and qualification? Okay, at the time, please note on, my dear friends. So this is you need to tell. Okay, validation is used for manufacturing processes, okay, analytical procedures and software procedures. Okay, you need to tell validation is used for manufacturing processes, analytical procedures and software procedures. Okay, whereas the term qualification is used for instrument. Okay, you need to give this answer. You understood or not what I'm trying to say? Validation is used for where manufacturing processes, analytical procedures and software procedures. Okay, there only validation is used, whereas the qualification used for what? Instrument. Okay, whatever the qualification is there is used for what? Instruments only. So you need to give this one small, I mean, the difference between validation and qualification in the interview point of view. Okay, let's go to the next slide. So my dear friends, before going into this next slides and all, so I want to tell you that so I have prepared this analytical instrument qualification, AIQ, in the two parts. Okay, part 1 and part B. Okay, so there is a time limitations. Okay, I cannot be able to make a huge video on the YouTube, and if people will saw for the 1 hour this videos and all, they are not going to see the complete video. Okay, so they will not get the complete knowledge about the analytical instrument qualification. So I made this video as a two categories. Okay, two parts. Okay, part 1 and part 2. Okay, part 1 and part 2. So part 1 I am going to cover today. Part 2 I am going to cover in the upcoming weekend. Okay, definitely I am going to prepare the part 2. Okay, so before going into the part 2, okay, so few important things we need to cover in the part 1. Okay, in the interview point of view. Okay, especially for the interview point of view, I'm going to cover the part 1 now. Okay, in the part 2 I'm going to give the brief elaborately. I'm going to explain about the different different testers. Okay, different protocols, different validation documents, which we qualification documents which we are going to use in our analytical instrument qualification. Okay, so now I'm going to specifically going to talk about the what intro point of view questions related to USP General Chapter 1058. Okay, so let's get into this slide. Okay, analytical instrument classification. So previously we seen about what pharmacopoeia, what is called US pharmacopoeia, and what are the different pharmacopoeias available in the market. What is called USP General Chapter 1058, what is called AIQ. We have seen the difference between the validation and qualification. Okay, now we are going to see one of the important chapter which most of the interviewer will ask you. Okay, you have to explain this one. Okay, so I'm going to cover this one only. So can you just interview will definitely ask. So what are the different groups available in the USP General Chapter 1058 instrument classifications are there? What are, I mean, analytical instrument classification? What are the analytical instrument classifications are there? Definitely interviewer will ask. At the time you need to tell, sir, there is three groups. Okay, analytical instrument classification, how many are there? There are three groups are there: group A, group B and group C. Okay, so group A, what is called group A in analytical instrument classification? Okay, group A includes standard equipments with no measuring capability. Okay, it's an equipment, whatever the equipment which we are using in the I mean quality control. Okay, in R&Ds. Okay, it is an standard equipment with no measuring capabilities. So that equipment having no measuring capability, okay, they will give whatever that, I mean, they have made for this for the particular task. Okay, so they will perform that action only. Okay, they are not going to measure any readings in that one. Okay, that's what it is written. Group A includes standard equipments. Okay, that is nothing but a standard equipment, not an instrument. Okay, my dear friends, please note down the term. Group A is an standard equipments, not an instrument. Okay, group A includes standard equipments with no measurable capability. Okay, they don't have any measuring capability. Okay, where the manufacturer specification of basic functionality is accepted as a user requirement. Okay, conformance of Group A equipment with user requirements may be verified and documented through visual observation of its operation. It's very simple. Okay, whatever the manufacturer specification, okay, the manufacturer having some specification which is given, which is accepted by the user requirements. Okay, the user verify what, how he is going to verify with what, visually only. He is going to verify this visually whether it's working or not. It's going to be visually only. He will take water, distilled water in a beaker, and is going to kept in a magnetic stirrer, and the magnetic stirrer is going to perform its operation. That's it. So that's what it is written here. Group A includes standard equipment with no measurable capability. Okay, where the manufacturer specification of basic functionality is accepted as a user requirement. That's what is very simple. Conformance of Group A equipment with user requirements may be verified and documented through visual observation of its operation. That's what he is going to definitely see as a visual observation is the only evidence of that one. Okay, that's what it is written here. Few of the example: what, nitrogen evaporator, magnetic stirrer, vortex mixers and centrifuge. So I have given people who don't know about the quality control labs and what are the instruments are available, so they can get idea about what is called magnetic stirrer. So this is an this is how the magnetic stirrer look like in the pharmaceutical industry quality control labs in R&Ds. Okay, is nothing but a standard equipment. Okay, it's only it's a standard equipment. There is no measuring capability. Okay, they having some functionality, they are going to perform that functionality. Okay, just you need to keep that beaker on that one and you need to on and off. Okay, it will perform their action. That's it. That is called a group A. Simple standard equipment with no measuring capability. You need to tell, sir, group A is nothing but a standard equipment with no measuring capability. Okay, you need to tell. Yeah, you can tell some example like magnetic stirrer, like that you can also tell. Okay, so what is called group B? Group B includes standard equipments and instrument. Please note down, my dear friends, group A is nothing but an equipment. Okay, standard equipment with no measuring capability, whereas the group B includes standard equipment and instrument. Okay, here the two terms are there. Okay, group B includes standard equipments and instrument, providing measured values as well as equipment controlling physical parameters. Okay, is nothing but a standard equipment and instrument which having the measuring capability. Okay, previously there is no measuring capability in group A, whereas in group B it having the measuring capability. Okay, which includes group A includes what, only standard equipments, but group B includes standard equipment and instrument. Okay, which having the capacity of measuring the values. Okay, that's what it's written here. Group B includes standard equipments and instrument, providing the measured values. Okay, they will measure the values and they will provide you that measured values. Okay, that's what is written here. Provide the measured values as well as equipment controlling physical parameters. Okay, the equipment controlling physical parameters such as temperature, pressure, flow. Okay, that's what is written here. Definitely these equipments and instrument, we have to do the calibration. Okay, definitely we have to do the calibration. Why I am telling we need to perform the calibration? That measuring instrument or an equipment, they will give the output, right? that output, where how you are going to confirm whether this output is matching or not, whether this output is valid, I mean calibrated or not. Okay, that definitely then we have to go for an need for an calibration. Whatever the output producing instrument, okay, instrument equipment, okay, that definitely we have to do the calibration. That what is written here, that need calibration, where user requirement are typically the same as the manufacturing specification of functionality and operational limit. That's what is written here. Conformance of group B instrument or equipment to user requirement is determined according to standard operating procedure, SOPs. Okay, is determined by SOPs for the instrument. Okay, for that instrument there will be SOPs are there, how to operate that instrument or equipment. Okay, that's what is written here. Equipment, okay, instrument or equipment documented during the IQ and OQ. Conformance of group B instrument or equipment to user requirements is determined according to the standard operating procedure for that particular instrument or an equipment documented during the IQ and OQ. That's what is written here. So my dear friends, don't get more confusion. I am telling in a simple way. Okay, group A talks about the standard equipments with no measuring capability. Okay, it having the no measuring capabilities. Okay, they will perform that functionality, that's it. Okay, they are not going to use some values and all. Okay, that is called group A. Whereas the group B is a standard equipment and instrument. Okay, equipment and instrument that measures a value, that shows you some values. Okay, whatever input we are going to give in that instrument or an equipment, definitely it will give you some output, it will show you some values. Okay, it will show you some values. Okay, that's what it is called, group B instrument. If it is showing some values, that definitely they need calibration. Okay, definitely to go for an calibration. Everything is mentioned in the where SOPs for each instrument, they are having their SOPs. Okay, for each group instrument they are having SOPs. In that SOPs they clearly mentioned when it requires the calibration, when it requires the maintenance, everything. Okay, so few of the example I have given you here. Okay, like balances. Okay, for balances we need, definitely we need calibration. Okay, without calibration there will be some mismatch in the values. Okay, after some few months or few days. Okay, so everything is mentioned in our SOPs. Okay, or in every each companies there will be some validation team or an instrumentation team, where they taking care of that calibration activity for each instrument. Okay, calibration maintenance activity of each instrument, they are taking care of that one. Okay, that's what calibration is must. Okay, calibration is must for the balances, pH meters, everything. Okay, that's what it is written here. Some of the examples what we are seeing here, balances. This is how the balance look like in the pharmaceutical industry. People who are specific in the validation in the life science industry, only work in IT industry, don't know about how the pharmaceutical industry balances look like in the quality control R&Ds. So you can see how these balances are look like in the quality control labs. Okay, how the pH meters are there and how the water baths are there in the quality control and R&D center. Okay, that's what it is written here. Example of instrument, what balances, pH meters. Okay, example of equipments are water bath and the ovens. Okay, so this is how the water bath look like in the quality control. Okay, so it's very simple, my dear friends. Group A is nothing but a standard equipment with no measuring capabilities, whereas the group B is a standard equipment and instrument having the measuring capabilities. Okay, providing the measured values as well as equipment controlling physical parameters such as temperature, pressure and flow that needs calibration. Okay, this you need to just go through it once, you will get the complete idea. Okay, group C. So we seen about group A, group B and group C. Okay, group C is nothing but an instrument which is connected with a computerized system, analytical system. It's a complex system. Group C is nothing but an complex system. We can also say it is a complex system, or an we can say it is an instrument, a complex instrument which is connected to the computerized system. Okay, that is called group C. Okay, that is called group C. Group A is what? Group A is a standard equipment with no measuring capabilities, whereas the group B is a standard equipment and instrument and equipments that having the measuring capabilities, everything. Okay, that is a group B, and a group C is nothing but a complex instrument with connected with the computerized system. That's what it is written. Group C includes instrument and computerized analytical systems, okay, where user requirements for functionality, operational and performance limit are specific for the analytical application, okay. The conformance of group's instrument to user requirement is determined by specific functional test and the performance test, okay. That's what I told you, right? Installing this instrument can be complicated undertaking. So group A, group B, you can directly install, you can directly purchase from the vendor with help of the instrumentation engineer. You can directly install in your laboratory, and you can implement and use it, okay. But group C instrument is not like that. It's a complex instrument, okay. There are having different functionalities, different parameters which is connected to the computer systems, okay. So this you cannot directly buy from the vendor and implement in your organization, okay. You need the help of the vendor, okay. You need the help of the vendor who who is selling that instrument, okay. The HPLC, GC, there are different vendors are there in the market, okay. They only come to our company, they will implement, they will perform the instrument qualifications, okay, IQ, QPQ, and they will give the system to us, and we will perform the computer system validation for that system, okay. This is how the procedure goes on in the pharmaceutical industry. That's what it's written here. Installing this instrument can be complicated, okay, undertaken, and may require assistance of specialists. Specialists here, the term means the vendors, okay. To install in these equipments and implementing it, we required the vendor support, okay. That's what is written here. Like HPLCs are there, okay. HPLCs are there. I have shown you GCs are there, okay. So you can see, okay. There are many things are there. I have shown just a few examples, okay. There are many applications, there are many instruments are there. Complex instruments is connected to computer system, which all comes under the group C, okay. So in the next section, okay, as I told you earlier, right, so I have covered a small portion of the USP general chapter, okay. So before going into USP general chapter, I show you the the basic concepts of pharmacopoeia and the USP, right. So I just covered the interview point of view, okay, interview related point of view questions related to USP general chapter 1058. So the USP is not completed yet now, so I'm going to prepare the part 2 in the next session, okay. In that I'm going to elaborately talks about the qualifications, okay, how this qualification happened in the analytical instrument qualification, okay. I'm going to talk about the documentation, what are the documentation requires, and what are the protocols we are prepared in the analytical instrument qualification. Everything I am going to cover in the next section, okay. So it will be long lengthy video, and you will also get bored, and you will not actively focus on that chapter, okay. So that's the reason why I am going to prepare part 1 and part 2, okay. Part 1 I already talked about here. This is the interview point of questions what I talked about now, and part 2 I'm going to talk about elaborately about this USP general chapter 1058, okay. No need to worry about that one. By this weekend I am definitely prepare that video. So after that I'm going to talk, going to prepare the slides on 21 CFR part 11, which is very important, okay. After that I'm going to talk about this computer system validation documents. What are the documents, like from the URS to VSR, everything I'm going to talk about, okay. Then only I have planned to talk about the FT audit. In the last video talk I told you that I am going to prepare the video on the FT audit. So I will make in a flow, okay. So first of all you need to understand these are the terms first, then only we will talk about the FT audit everything in the last, okay. So here I'm not going to complete FT audit and this kind of stuff, okay. We have a lot of plannings in the upcoming days, okay. So no need to worry about that one, no need to worry about these things, okay. And definitely in the upcoming days I am going to make many videos on the waterfall model, V model, agile model, Jira, Viva Vault, okay. There are many things out there we need to cover, okay. No need to bother. We are going to continue this session for the many years. Don't need to bother about that one, okay. I just need only you guys support, okay. Yeah, I'm seeing that many people are watching our video, but they are not subscribing our channel, and not commenting or just give your feedback. I mean, how can I improve the sessions in the upcoming days, so that I will improve myself. Okay. I just need an more communication between you and people and me. Okay, with me. Okay, that's what. And if you really like our content, please do subscribe to our channel and share with your friends and family members. Okay. So especially you can share with your friends who are struggling for a job, or who are studying in the final year. Okay, B Pharm, M Pharm, engineering, MSc, no problem. They just go through our slides, they will get an idea about the composition validation, many things about pharmaceutical industry, which is helpful for them in the interview point of view. Okay, that's what I told you. If you have any friends who are struggling for a job, who are looking for a job, who are a fresher, you please share my channel to them, so that they will get some benefits from our channel. Okay. My motto is that everybody, wants to, learn about the pharmaceutical industry. Everybody wants to get the knowledge about the pharma industry. Okay, so for that, for that reason only, I started this channel. Okay, this is my side passion, which I have created for the people's in the pharmaceutical industry, as well as the freshers who are coming to our channel. Okay. So thank you so much for watching our video as usual. Okay. Thank you so much for watching our video. I really appreciate your time. Okay. As I already mentioned, which I already written here. If you want to, if you like our content, please do like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Okay. So I'm not going to make this video very lengthy here. Okay. Thank you so much once again. I really appreciate your time. See you by this weekend with the our incomplete chapter USP 1058 part 2 video. Okay, thank you so much.